Welcome, welcome to the late start of State of the Galaxies. I am your host, Captain Late. I was on a conference call I couldn't get off. I was actually talking to other esports teams and such. I see people here, hugged. I love that. The Galaga King, Imchainakai. I'm Chain Kai. I never can pronounce that right in my mind. Caitlin Kate. Markami. What's up? Hello, everybody. Sorry that there wasn't.
How are you, sir?
Oh, look at that. Picture of Carrie Swidecki. Is that Timmel in Skype?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, it's definitely Timmel.
Trying.
Excellent.
There it is.
Oh, wow. So much to talk about. So little time. So much to talk about. I've been practicing Nibbler.
Why?
Did you not see Man vs. Snake? Have you seen the movie yet?
Nope. I'm a backer and I didn't get my film yet.
What do you mean? They sent it out to the backers. They sent it out in email.
I'm just joking.
Oh, I was like, wow. Yeah, so after you see that movie, you instantly have to play Nibbler. That's just how it is. Just like after The King of Kong, you instantly had to play Donkey Kong. Am I right?
I want to burn them.
All right, so I missed the last State of the Galaxies, which made me sad. And I'm late to this one, which I'm partially sad, but now I'm less sad. But let's try to cover all of the things that are Twin Galaxies related as best can. Now, I have been, for those of you who don't know, I am the head custodian of Twin Galaxies, which is an organization that has lots of things to do. I'm the CEO of Echo Fox, which is an organization that has lots of things to do. I'm president of HD Films, which is an organization that has lots of things to do. So I work 7 days a week, 10 hours a day minimum. And sometimes these things collide with each other, and so I wind up with very little time, and that is why I haven't had time to do my proper State of the Galaxies presentation. So I'm going to have to, there's a couple things, I'm going to try to wing it through, and then I'm going to pull up the site and go to the questions for State of the Galaxies part of the website, and we'll just go through it live that way. JACE Hall is an absolute joke. No respect for this dillweed. Peace, I'm out. Don't watch this garbage, folks. What? Why do I have to be a dillweed? Can't I be a weed dill? That's more original. I swear a Nightmare in 1868 hurts my feelings when I'm a dillweed and not a weed deal. A deal of weed? Oh, maybe he meant like I'm dealing weed. What's up, Zazcag? Okay. Let's see. I did type something. Okay, so this is like from the last week, but okay. We haven't gotten to the fixing the notification system. Yes, I know that it sometimes throws old notifications, but it still does throw notifications you need. It's just a bug. We haven't gotten to it because we are 24 hours away, 36 hours away from finishing the wall, implementing the wall and follower system, which is going to change Twin Galaxies quite a bit in terms of communication between users and people being able to share things outside of like forum posts, you know. But man, that thing has been like way more complex than you would think it would be to implement. But just as a recap, you'll have a wall, and just like Facebook, so you can throw things up on it, pictures, videos, updates. Everybody who is your friend on Twin Galaxies or who has chosen to follow you, because you're going to see a follow button, they will receive in their feed your update. So on your wall, you'll only receive updates from the people that you're friends with or follow. So that will be your news feed, and vice versa for other people. So you'll be able to quickly, and we've modified for the wall system, we've modified the blog system. So if you've been creating blogs on Twin Galaxies already, look, I'm getting phone calls. See? Phone calls. Not answering. Can't answer. Sorry. So we modified the blog system to become the wall system. And so if you've already been creating blogs, what will happen is all that content that you've made will be brought forth, and all of your friends will see it automatically. They don't have to go to it anymore. It'll just come up on their page. And so finally, that content that you're adding and putting, your specialty, can show up, and people can find it, and it's just going to be it's just much better. I'm looking at the chat. Okay. So we're like 24 hours, 36 hours away from moving it off of the test site onto Twin Galaxies. It'll probably wobble for a day or two as we try to work out little bugs here and there. But that's just you'll see how it just changes the feel. And I would encourage you to start using the wall and posting, instead of trying to use Facebook for your video game stuff, just use Twin Galaxies for your video game stuff. It's operating the same way, but it's only going to go out to the people who really, really care about what you're doing. And it's a way for people to find more information. So, if you're doing an arcade restoration, or if you're doing, even non-world record stuff, right? You just want to show people something. That's the way to do it. And now they'll be able to find it. And then you'll be able to build up as many You don't have to have someone who follows you can get your feed. They don't have to be friended. You don't have to friend each other. So you can build up a ton of followers who are then subscribing to your wall feed. So you can build your audience and talk about the things. So Settle It on the Screen or Timmel, you might want to set up an account called Settle It on the Screen, and then you can do daily updates or whatever, or weekly updates, and people could subscribe to that, and then you could talk about what's on the wall. Anyway, it's pretty cool. We've been fixing bugs.
So I could make a page for Settle It on the Screen, or is it its own account?
It would be its own account right now. Right now. There is, just like, so Guinness World Records has set up their own account now on Twin Galaxies. If you actually go to Guinness World, you can look it up on Twin Galaxies and you'll see there's Guinness World Record and it's them, which will become relevant later in this discussion. What was I going to tell you? It's not the Guinness. Oh, the messaging. For those of you who may have noticed, we added a whole messaging and chat system to the site. It's a chat room. If you experienced it early on when we first added it, it will behoove you to completely refresh your browser, flush the cache out when you come to Twin Galaxies. So that way, if it loaded the old message code, it'll get rid of that and load the new message system. So you'll have like the latest, and then it's much easier to use. And we've started to add emoticons and all this other stuff into it. What else? There is going to be a separate messaging app, Twin Galaxies messaging app, that you'll be able to download and have for your phone, so that you can just message your friends on Twin Galaxies or whatever and have it be reflected through that system. There will also be a desktop app that's coming for that. All right. Okay, so let me move on. Okay, so there's some questions. This is one question, but I'm going to jump over to other questions after this. Someone said, I see more and more requests to update either the game names, the rules, or ROM names in the database. Do we plan on letting the community be able to change these by a credibility threshold like we did with the database pictures? Unfortunately, we cannot allow the community to edit the rule sets of things in the database. They are just too risky for changes to be made there that alter the data presentation. And I'm not even saying that someone would deliberately go in there and try to be mean. It could be well-intended goodnesses that this, the person who's making the change alters, and then it upsets everybody, and then then there's this. I was reading in the thread that there were some ideas of having like revision history, but the problem is what's the rules then? If you've got like the original rules and then you've got like new rules that are after it, what am I submitting against? Which rule set? Which one should count in the adjudication? It gets complicated. The correct solution is for Twin Galaxies to actually hire an employee whose sole job it is to go through the database and field all of these
Commissioner.
these requests to actually go in and correct rules, fix them as per directed by Twin Galaxies, not by their personal opinion. So that just costs money. And since other things at Twin Galaxies are absorbing all the money right now, there's no money to do that yet. But getting that stuff fixed is not a low priority. It's important that that stuff is fixed. And so please know that we are aware of it. We try to fix every now and then where we can. We get like these moments. But really what we need is a person who does this. A commissioner. So Mooner 420 wants to work for free. Can't have you work for free because then we can't fire you if you do something wrong. we have to pay you and then unpay you if you do something wrong. But we'll figure that out. So let me go over to Twin Galaxies, the website, and pull up the thread. The questions, and then we can go through them one by one. We're going to log in. Oh, let's see. I can probably find it here. Forums. What's up, Tasty Clorox? Tasty Clorox? What in the heck is Tasty Clorox? Questions for upcoming State of the Galaxies. There it be. Let's go to the end. All right. I guess we got to back up a couple. Okay. See if I can make this bigger. There we go, so I can see it. Okay, this is talking about changing stuff in the database. I read all of this stuff just so that you know. I'm definitely, sometimes, even though I don't respond, because I'm busy, I'm reading it and I'm listening. RTM says something, Barthax. Let's see. I'm lagging a little. Had some more thoughts about the rules. Okay, so that's more rule stuff. Where RTM starts talking about how they made mistakes in the past. The city is saying, we want to fix spelling errors, HTML errors, areas where extra lives are awarded for a certain point accumulation. It's already written, other simple stuff. Yeah, I get it. I get the city. I totally get what we want to fix. It's just, it's not, it's just, it's hard, man, to do this. Let's see. Trying to look at all these. Yeah, so RTM is talking about we just need more employees to fix this stuff. That's just the truth. I mean, Twin Galaxies is, as far as a website goes, it offers a lot. There's a lot of things you can do on the site. And there's a lot of systems, and we're trying to maintain them all and grow and add things. And man, it's just like, and you know, we don't charge money for any of this stuff. So I can't just infinitely add people and spend more and more money. I have to have some sort of budgetary controls around it. But believe me, I want to add more. Commissioner, cough, commissioner. Oh, wait. There needs to be a cancel and reimbursements for making new tracks. Maybe an edit function before it's put in the database. It's our duty. I know it's our duty. Let's see. Gosh darn it, did it move? Oh. Yeah, I know it's our duty to check every minute detail, but we are human. I asked for reimbursements because it's 10 points. Plus, someone donated and found out that the one who created made a mistake. Okay, Decidius, here's the thing. When you propose a new track, and let's say that you got some errors in it, it's all right. Once you get it fully sponsored in, just email the staff, admin staff, with the change you want to make. And as long as it's not a substantial rule change, because some people may not have funded it if the rules were the way you're trying to change it to. But if there's like spelling errors or missing, we just fix it for you after the fact, after it goes through. Our tools are such that we can't easily alter it while it's sitting in a proposal state. It's got to finish. And then once it's in, then we can make adjustments there. So that's how we're handling. That's why there's no reimbursements. There's just we'll adjust and fix as needed. Let's see here. There was another question earlier on that I wanted to answer that was brought up by I'm a Chain Kai. I'm Chain Killer Instinct. Is that what that is? That's what I want to say. I think you wrote some questions, and I wanted to answer them. Can I get a reimbursement? Please, now I know. Can't, listen. Okay, here we go. I think this is where, oh, maybe those eyes aren't, oh, so it's M chain K. The eyes aren't actually eyes, are those like borders? Is it M chain K? It's M chain K. That's what it is. Those are borders. He's got secrets. All right, chain. There you go. Oh, the server overnight database queries. That's what it was. It was maybe, Robert said maybe registered users can submit an overnight query. Okay, so there's search queries that people sometimes want that are very complex to figure out. Because in order to go figure it out, we actually have to have the server go and look at everything again, but in a different way, right? So it grinds the server down for each single inquiry. Now this is talking about pre-calculating all the inquiries, right? So that it doesn't take a big server load, and that's something that probably could be done. It's just, man, it's just, I'd rather get notifications fixed first. Then there's like a huge desire and need, it seems, from the community to have the challenge system implemented, which is very interesting to me because the challenge system is not really particularly additive to twin galaxies. I mean, it's helping get things out of the database that shouldn't be in there. But if you really think of the conversations that revolve around the challenge system, I wouldn't describe them as necessarily as positive. So part of me worries that you create a challenge system that will work, but then is all this conversation on twin galaxies is going to spin into a bunch of negative, this couldn't have worked, yeah, it could, and then just fighting and all this other stuff. I wonder. But challenge system is something that people seem really want to have, so that they can bring up scores that they feel should not be in the database and have it be looked at. But I'm definitely telling you this, if the score is not TGSAP adjudicated, and it's a legacy score from the past, challenging legacy scores from the past is going to be incredibly difficult. I mean, not actually challenging them, but getting a legacy score pulled out is going to be very, very difficult. The evidence that you're going to need to put forth to warrant it will have to be reasonably indisputable. Reasonably indisputable. And then, yeah, the score will come right out. Hug is, yeah, there's going to be some bickering for sure. The challenge system or no challenge. Yeah, well, there's always going to be bickering. I agree, but I know that there's people probably waiting in the wings to challenge certain things. Like there's this whole Dragon's Lair thing that I'm aware of, which is going to be, it's going to be really interesting. Okay, anyway, let me grab a couple of these other questions. Any case, Robert actually listed out a pretty good sort of set of functionality for the types of searches Twin Galaxies should offer. Where is that? He had like a drop-down menu proposal. I can't find it here. Wait. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Primary metric, all scores, all lead scores, disparity between top ranked score. Yeah, so all these actually are really good ideas, and I'd like to actually have Twin Galaxies have all of these ways to search and list scores. So this is actually a really good list that he's created. I've made a mental note of it. We're getting closer and closer to being able to spend more time on that. But part of Twin Galaxies' vitality is to increase the users that are coming to the site, and so those things are sort of get a little more front-facing initially. We're going to keep trying to make the site a little easier to use, a little simpler, and do that. And there's a whole conversation about video ingestion, okay? Because some people can't upload all of that. And I'm working on a solution. I'm getting texts. I'm working on an improved solution so that everybody can upload and there's no problems. As I mentioned on the forums, it's $1 million solution to be able to solve this on a worldwide basis. So this means I have to have a lot of conversations with a lot of people who are in positions to help Twin Galaxies facilitate worldwide ingestion without a hitch. So just know that is being worked on big time. What else? Oh, so Guinness World Records, you're hearing it here first, but there'll be more of an announcement discussion about it. We've been in talks with Guinness World Records where Twin Galaxies is going to start taking on more of Guinness's challenges. And so what we're going to probably do soon is we're going to implement a Guinness World Records platform. So when you go to to choose a platform. See how it's got speedrun here and 3D. You'll see a Guinness World Records platform listed, and when you click it, it will actually come up with Guinness designed challenges, specifically from Guinness, by Guinness, for Guinness, watched by Guinness. You will not be able to create challenges or propose challenges under the Guinness World Records platform, but all things listed underneath the Guinness World Records platform will go into the Guinness World Records book, guaranteed. So, that's actually a big deal. Even though I'm kind of downplaying it, working that closely with Guinness that's really the next step for Twin Galaxies to start to sort of really fully take over. You'll probably see Guinness World Records promoting Twin Galaxies on its Facebook page and on its website, closer integration. I've been working with Guinness for a while now. We just got the list of the games, a few of the games that they want to test out through the Twin Galaxy system. So probably over the next 5 or 6 days, you're going to see the Guinness World Record platform appear on Twin Galaxies, and again, that just sort of further cements that Twin Galaxies is the place for achievement, because at this point, even Guinness World Records is acknowledging the system that we have in place as, as it keeps improving and all this other stuff. It's not perfect, but it's doing a pretty good job, and the community is doing a very good job. And you're going to see more promotion of Twin Galaxies achievement through Guinness and all of that. So it's very exciting. I'm working very hard for the community to try to keep elevating and elevating. Another thing to be aware of is soon Echo Fox is going to choose its first H1Z1 official pro team member. That choice is coming straight from Twin Galaxies leaderboards, which is going to be a great. You have to understand, Twin Galaxies is really the only way that you can properly draft players into a particular game and actually get a good sense of where they are relative to other players that are participating in the system. So, what's up, Orbital Obs? When is the new book expected for release? Yeah, it's coming. It's soon, right? Should be. It's coming soon. I've seen the Twin Galaxies pages that are in the book, so it looks good. When the Guinness platform is up, can everyone submit to it, and does the same adjudication system work with it? Yes. Same adjudication system works. Everyone can submit to it, as long as you're a verified user of Twin Galaxies. Absolutely. It's just that you will not, as users, be able to propose tracks for the Guinness World Records platform. These are all tracks and rule sets that are specified by Guinness and given to us periodically, and then they are specifically looking at the results of which. They're very excited about it because they'll be able to promote achievers straight out of Twin Galaxy system rapidly. The performances will be there, all that stuff. And that's pretty much it. I think I'm pretty sure they're going to require that you upload your video, if you have one, into Twin Galaxies system and not have a third party host it for the Guinness World Records stuff. Any word on the cancel feature and that one submission that slipped into the accept page? The one that went into the accept page got corrected, I believe. Did that get fixed? It should be fixed. The cancel feature is working as it should. I'm trying to think. because all the cancel feature is at this point is what the reject me thread was, right? Someone cancels it, that announces, hey, I've canceled it, and then it's moved. Oh, we definitely made it so that it's impossible for a canceled thread to migrate into accepted. That has been fixed. So, Shane says, what bothers me about the cancel feature is that all the adjudication that has already been done gets no reward. That's not true. Okay? Here's what happens, Shane. Let's say 10 people adjudicated something and then someone cancels it. Okay? What happens is the cancel is going to become an automatic reject. So anybody who voted prior to the cancellation to reject is going to get a reward for their reject because it's adjudicated. The people who had voted to accept, they've all been notified that this got canceled. So they can then go into the cancel thread and change their vote to reject. And so then when it finally closes out, they will get the reward for the reject as well. So you still get the reward. The biggest difference between the cancel feature and like the reject me thread is that before, when someone posted into the reject me thread, hey, please reject this submission, it's no good, people would then all dogpile onto that submission and try to get free points. They would just all go vote reject and then push it down. Try to get free points because they know that it's a reject. In this case, when you hit cancel, new people cannot go into the cancel thread and vote on it. Only the people who've already voted can vote on it. And they can switch all the way to reject. They have at least a 5-day time frame to switch to reject. If they don't, if they're not watching what they're doing, if they don't do it, the thread will get rejected. But if you're left in the accept, you're going to take a credibility hit. So it's important that you watch your adjudications and keep aware of them. So that's what happens. The thread I referenced did not get corrected. So you're saying it's still in the accepted folder? You should just, send me a private message so that we can correct that. So, Caitlin, Kate, see you. To me, the accept votes needn't get a chance to change. No, they have to get a chance to change because someone might have a perfectly acceptable thing that they have put in, but for whatever reason, they cancel. And so the people who clicked accept need the chance to be able to swap it from accept to reject. So, we're trying. I just got a text message. There is a party at Notch's house tomorrow. Notch is the creator of Minecraft. So I guess I'm supposed to go to his house tomorrow, which he spent $70 million on. Yep, he bought a $70 million house in Beverly Hills, the most expensive house in Beverly Hills. That's what he did. He's got a candy room, like literally a room of candy. Anyway, there's the 12 bench. Okay, so there's the Guinness update, which is a big deal. We're gonna get the wall stuff over in the next 24, 36 hours. That'll be good. I highly advise you to start using your wall and building your followers up because eventually we're going to get to the point where you'll be able to actually monetize your own feed to your advantage. And I like my extreme case that I try to picture is someone who does arcade restoration. They start posting on their wall all their restorations, okay? Everybody starts following them. Once they achieve a certain level, we will then allow them to get sponsorships and advertising on their feed so that they're actually getting paid for sharing their restoration knowledge. And so I don't know. So that's just one thing. Or someone could have on their wall feed strategies for video games or whatever. It's really cool. When I was using the wall system on the test site, it's really cool. It makes it sort of just changes a little bit of the vibe between Galaxies. So instead of the first thing you see on your tabs, which is news, it will be your wall with the feed of all your friends and all the people you follow and the stuff that you're interested in. So, how did I hurt my leg? Oh, someone told you I hurt my leg. Well, technically, I hurt my calf. I was at the gym yesterday, and I was pressing on the sled. It's a sled. You push it. Football players use it. I was using it, and I just put a lot of heavy weight on it because I don't like to push it quickly, but I push it slowly but heavy. And I put, I don't know, 400 pounds on that thing, and I started pushing it. And after about 25 yards, I took a step while pushing. Everything was going fine, but then I actually heard a snap pop take place at the upper part of my calf. And then when that happened, I stopped pushing, and then I felt like something had burst or I had ruptured the muscle. And then all day yesterday just got worse and worse. And I tried to go to sleep with ice on my leg. And now today I'm just limping around like a little, you can just call me the limpster. So I'll probably be limping for another couple good weeks. It sucks. I can't do cardio or anything. Let's see. I'm going to read the text here. Does Guinness use tied scores? That's a Guinness question. I don't know. I know they'll probably issue certificates for tied. Let's see. What I've been seeing is subtracks being created that show up the results when the results page when a game is searched. These subtracks should only show up when the parent ROM or game. Well, on the search, it said we're going to add. I'm going to try to get this added in the next week, but game search at the top, so you can just type in a game name and then it will pull up the platforms you want that have the game, and then you click the platform and then it just shows all the games. And so maybe in that work we can fix some of that other search stuff. Example, Galaga is the main ROM game. Subtract would be the highest score by stage 255. For example, that should only show up when the initial game is clicked. They should not show up together. I don't know but the thing is, it's not, if it's showing up together, then it's not a subtrack. Let's take a look at what you're talking about. So, MAME, we'll hit up some MAME. And then he's talking some Galaga. So he's saying what? It says Galaga Rev B MAME, which is here. And then he says a subtract would be the highest score by stage 255. For example, that would only show up. Yeah, it would. But even right now, it would be like this has subtracts if I click it. Here are the subtracts, marathon, no marathon. These are all the subtracts. So no, it's not showing up. Subtracts aren't showing up on the same level as the actual track. So I'm not sure if I understand completely. There should only be Galaga and Galaga shot speed games with multiple subtracks available when these are clickable. Well, that's a matter of opinion, because the way the Twin Galaxies database was set up, they were treating these as entirely different tracks. They were not treating this Marathon Kill Screen as a subtrack of Namco Rev B. As I look at it, you'd think that it would be a subtrack. So, I mean, maybe we could go. I mean, you're talking about a lot of work going through, but this is how it was before in the Twin Galaxies database. But now I see what you're talking about. I don't like tied scores at TG. To me, you need to break a record to get the record. So being the first to get a record should not only put that person above the other in listing, but also in rank. No, because you're not. Look, we have that. We definitely have what you're talking about, right? So the best example of that is it's Donkey Kong, right? So you look at Donkey Kong Arcade, and we look points hammer allowed, and actually, a better one to look at is Pac-Man. Pac-Man Arcade. Pac-Man points, factory speed. All right, so if you look here, you've got Billy Mitchell as rank 1. Why? Because he's the first, date-wise, here. Now, how are you going to justify having, Donald Hayes as rank 6? What if Donald Hayes was just simply born after Billy Mitchell, and so he couldn't even have had a chance to do it first, right? You can't just rank these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they got the same exact score. They're tied, right? So that would mean if you do something first and you happen to be born first, no one ever could be number 1. That's what you're basically saying. You're saying the luck of being born first could dictate whether you could ever have number 1 or not. Is that what you're proposing with your proposal, my good sir? I don't know how else you would rank it. Hug. It just doesn't make any. But what I'm saying is pedantic. How can it be pedantic? If you did the same exact thing as somebody else, but you're seeing the rank spread by the date verified. That's giving you your 1, 2, 3, 4 that you're looking for, but the fact of the matter is, since this is measuring score, they all got the same score. Therefore, they have to have the same rank. Chain is claiming pedantry.
That's not pedantic.
But that's what he's claiming. All right. So, what else is going on here at the Twin Galaxies? I'm currently working on putting together, I've seen the budget, the ultimate Donkey Kong broadcast. For those who don't know, here's my vision and my dream. Wes Copeland, who is currently the world record holder, will come here to the studio and attempt to beat Steve Sanders' 3.1 fabled score of lies on a Donkey Kong machine that has been fixed so it does not crash at level 22. I have one right over there. It's been fixed. And while he attempts to do that, I fly in 9 of the best Donkey Kong players of all time to have a roundtable discussion during the 6 or 7 hours it's going to take Wes to do this. So I bring in, and I'm talking all the controversial people. Let's bring them all in. Billy Mitchell, Tim Skirby, Hank Chen, Steve Wiebe. Let's bring them all in here, and we all sit and talk about Donkey Kong. Maybe have another Donkey Kong machine to do like stunts on, while we also watch the attempted Steve Sanders record. Bring in Steve Sanders. Steve Sanders comes too, and do the ultimate Donkey Kong live broadcast talk show with Wes trying to do, Wes has to get like 800,000 points a man in Donkey Kong in over 7 hours. What do you think? Would you tune in to watch that broadcast? Would you tune in to see the ultimate Donkey Kong live broadcast? I ask you. What do you guys think? I can tell you right now, I've seen the budget for this. It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. That track is 6 lives and only 1 bonus life. That's correct. That is correct. And it would just be a Donkey Kong bonanza. He can have as many restarts as he wants until he gives up. Galaga King. Don't care. His goal is to get the 3.163 million, or whatever it is, and would give him 24 hours to do it. In the meanwhile, we'd have all the Donkey Kong masters here talking and debating. The best would be if I could get Tim Skirby here, and then get Seth Gordon to show up, and then we could see what happens. We could see what takes place. Oh, John Brissy, the Abner. Yeah. Abner, man, his Miss Pac-Man is untouchable. I think it'd be funny. I mean, we could even have both. What do you think? Do you think it'd be better to have Wes attempt it simultaneously next to Robbie Lakeman, so they both are going for the Steve Sanders? I was telling Wes, I was saying, look, with being the world record holder, and then if you also get the 3.1 million, the Steve Sanders, that's it. You have achieved the penultimate Donkey Kong fame. You've done it. You literally could not do that. You couldn't. That would be it. So, the other thing I would do is hook up heart monitors to Robbie and Wes so you could see their heartbeats while they're playing, because I think that would be totally killer to see like the tension as they play. And then that would be the broadcast. And we would just hang out all day, Donkey Konging it up. I think that could be like the greatest classic arcade live stream in the history of ever. That's what I'm going for. Would it be close? So there's that. Let's see what else. Other than that, I've been playing Nibbler. I haven't been keeping my Zookeeper up, but I did play and put up an 8.3 million just randomly. So there's that. Does anybody have any questions about Twin Galaxies, about anything at all that you need to know, want to know? Anything whatsoever?
Just so you know, it is 8 o'clock when you want to sign up. Sign up.
Okay. So I'm just, okay, so it is 8 o'clock, so I'll get off broadcast, but if there are any questions that anybody has, if Timmel is watching and he's got a burning question about how to actually play Sonic the Hedgehog, I can tell him. If any of you are watching, what else? Is there any other point of concern at this time that needs to be discussed? Trying to think. I just really believe in arcade as a viable competitive platform for live streaming and events. It's just so cool to watch it, and it's so immediately understandable to a viewing audience that I think that's where arcade has a chance to sort of resurge. And so I'm working on things that I can't discuss to help that, help bring it more mainstream. So just know that that's also going on. I'm trying. I can't work out. I'm lucky if I can walk now. Shit hurts. If you want to know what it feels like, basically when my leg, my calf hits a certain position, it actually feels like someone sticks a knife into the back of your calf. That's exactly how it feels. It's amazing. It's the best. It makes me want to just do jumping jacks, stabbing jacks. Any more happening with speed runs and them being locked for the most part? Well, Jesse Porter emailed me and asked me to unlock a number of tracks, which I did. There was a number of them that I unlocked. I think what I want to do is get like the top 100 speedrun tracks that we should just unlock anyway and just have them and see what goes from there. But I would need someone to compile a list of the tracks that they feel are essential to be unlocked, and then we'll just unlock them all. Those ones, the sort of the standard ones, and then sort of the more specialized ones, people can go and get permission from those creative people who created that specialized ones. I think that might be the move on the speed run stuff. I know, we need another banning term. We need another Twin Galaxies event that needs to be extra epic. You know, but oh my God, the first one we did almost killed me, man. I was up for like, I don't know how many hours, 56 hours straight. And then setting up all that gear and just doing all that stuff. And then Don Atreides perceived the fact that I was brain dead as me being standoffish and elitist. So I got that. And we did that broadcast that whole time. Oh my God, it almost killed me. But yes, I agree. We need to do. I think the next time we do it, I want it to be bigger and more epic, and I want to have big prize monies, and all of that. I think we can do it. Through the Echo Fox stuff, because I'm in the middle of the League of Legends Championship Series. We've got the Counter-Strike team. We have all these teams. I'm in the middle of all this esports stuff. I think we'll be able to bring in these other teams also into something that Twin Galaxies is doing, so that it gets even more hype and just bigger. So, Carrie Swidecki. Just Dance high scores need to be unlocked for Xbox 360. No, I did not hear about the grand opening for Pixel Blast Arcade in Lisle, Illinois. It is like a closed candy store, let me tell you. But we're getting there. Inch by inch, Twin Galaxies is growing. Despite many of those who have said nay, we had to unfortunately ban somebody last week. That wasn't good. I guess that's it. I don't want to take up anybody more time. If no one has any other questions about the happenings at Twin and Galaxies for now, then my job and duty is done for today, for now. Just know that we are vigorously working on it. I'm reading all of the bug reports and stuff, and yeah, man, it's just like there's so much to do. I want to clean up the database. I want to fix all the rules. There's just so many things to get done. But I also look back at how far we've come from where we started, which was just like these Linux machines laying on the floor with no, so can't even believe it. I should show you I don't even know where those machines are anymore. Are they still in the racks, or did you guys get rid of them?
We got rid of those.
They're just gone?
They're gone.
What happened to them?
I think most of them weren't working. They're really good.
Did you guys throw them away?
There might be a storage somewhere.
Storage somewhere? Yeah. Wow. Well, there you go. Final question. Do you want us to vote on the 2 remaining threads for IEIIU? I don't see why you shouldn't vote on them. If you view them as valid performances or not, just vote what you think. We're determining whether we want to strike everything off that's related to that user. Right now, I'm leaning towards not striking everything off. Just he's been banned and stuff sits the way that it's going to sit, and then just wait for the challenge system to come along. Who decided the right to game name for the fundraiser from a while ago? That name, I think, hurt the campaign. I think Neo came up with the name. Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. Oh, and but why do you think it hurt the campaign?
Yeah, it's an interesting statement.
But that's totally untrue. That you're on a crack pipe if you think there's no stigma associated with playing video games still. Really? Why? Why do you think that?
That's like saying there's a stigma for being a geek or a nerd. There's no stigma anymore.
Really? You honestly think that there's no stigma?
Our nerd culture that we have, there's no stigma.
Oh my God, that's only because you're in the middle of it. You don't realize. But I'm just wondering, by what measure makes you think that? Like, how would you quantify that you think there's no stigma? Video game sales? The fact that everybody plays it, stuff? Those 2 things alone mean nothing. Because if you go by sales and the fact that everybody's doing it, both porn and drugs obviously are acceptable to mainstream society. No, it's not. You see your kid investing all of their time in the porn, and the kid says, well, everybody does it, and it makes billions of dollars a year, so clearly it's valid. It doesn't work. And video games falls like into the same weird logic where that justification they think works. No, people still crap on it. But we're working to fix that. They crap on it because they don't understand how it amounts to something later in life. That's all. It's not because they're hateful. They just feel like they want to protect a person from ruining their lives by wasting time. And the reason they think it's a waste of time is because they don't know any actual human stories that help them identify why it's not a waste of time. So when you say, oh, well, I'm going to play chess instead, they go, oh, Bobby Fischer, Gary Gasparov. They have people and stories that make them understand they're not wasting their time. But who do you have for video games? Not many people know who Donald Hayes is or John McAllister. So there you go. Yeah, Carrie Swidecki, there's a stigma, especially if you're a 40-year-old woman who is a competitive gamer. That's right. Don't worry, we're changing it. And the right to game as, because no one's rights are being infringed upon needing correcting via a fundraiser. Okay, but Bobby, Ginto, I get that point, but here's the thing. The full sentence is, I have the right to game without being persecuted. So it's not about your rights are being infringed upon, but if you're telling me you have had the opportunity to play video games your entire life without anybody telling you or indicating that they think you're wasting your time, then God bless you for having such a wonderful existence. Because most of us have had to hear, ugh, didn't you go do something else or something? I want to watch TV, change the channel, anything. Yes, so I can see how your interpretation, Bobby, would, where it would lead you. But it wasn't that. It's like, dude, can't I just do this and like not be like attacked? Hello, can I just, it's like, and the other thing is, it's a double entendre. Did I say that correctly? It's like, I want the right to game without being persecuted because it's right to game. You see, it's right to game. It leads to all kinds of other opportunities because you have a passion in it, and your passion leads you to other things that you're passionate about. Just, man, it's hard enough just to find what you're passionate about. So when someone finds video games as their passion, don't crap on them and tell them that their passion is bad. I mean, damn. Be glad that they found something that they love enough to invest time in, and because that's going to take them to their next goal, whatever that's going to be. My God. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here who's watching this broadcast knows what I'm talking about. You can't possibly be watching this broadcast and not have some passion for video gaming, right? So for me, in my case, video gaming led me to starting companies and the whole 9 yards, right? Who would have thought? Carrie says, yeah, it's been a battle getting video gaming in the schools as well. Yeah, no kidding. It's like, for sure. So I'm 100% big supporter of the activity of playing video games and the people and the culture surrounding that. It's just as valid as anything else, and I will fight to the death on that subject. In fact, I think it's better than a lot of other things that people spend their time doing, in my opinion. I think playing video games keeps you sharp. Hug says, I miss the days when video games were in most of the 7-Elevens. I know. Do you know what I'd always see in a 7-Eleven back in the day? Karate Champ. There's an arcade game called Karate Champ. I would see that there, and that eventually became Shinobi, and that eventually comes Street Fighter 2. All right, I guess I'm going to get off of the stream. No one's got any more questions? No one's got any more things they want to attack me on? I can be attacked. That's fine. Full point. That's right. To me, when a game has been maxed out, the competition element ends. Well, what happens, Chain, is when a game has been maxed out, the competition starts to revolve around time. Time to complete. All right, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna wave like this. Until next State of the Galaxies. Bye. Thank you for participating.